That's right, guys. We're having another claim sale this Saturday night, November 26th at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Featuring the books of Marty P. You're going to want to drop in on this one, guys. It's going to be a lot of fun. All right, my friends. How's it going? Kevin the Comic Doctor coming to you with another episode of One-on-One. Today we got a lot to talk about because... Yep, some more shifting happening over at Disney. I heard about this yesterday. I wanted to come on here and talk about this earlier, but I have not had a chance to do so until now. But yeah, news dropped yesterday that Bob Iger unexpectedly has come out of retirement again to head over to Disney and become the CEO. I'm not gonna, that's all I've heard about it. I don't know the details. I don't know exactly why Bob Chapek was ousted. Well, I kind of have some inkling as to why, but I thought we would go over and read together this article from Deadline that pretty much kind of goes over it all. So let's read over together, then we'll come back here and talk about it. And you know what, if you haven't done so already, guys, hit that subscribe button, head over to the chat section and give me your twos. Let's talk about this once I'm done reading this article. It's not a very long article. We'll read through it, and then what kind of impact could this potentially have on Disney? And look, guys, we're all comic book fans here. More specifically, the MCU moving forward, because you know as well as I do, Phase 4 was filled with less than perfect reviews. Okay, so let's get over there and have a look. So basically, Disney shocker: Bob Iger back at CEO. Bob Chapek out. After less than a year in retirement, Bob Iger has returned as the CEO of the Walt Disney Company. The company's board has sent out a notice that Bob Iger is back and the recently re-upped Bob Chapek is out. I'm deeply honored to be asked to again lead the remarkable team with a clear mission focused on creative excellence to inspire generations through unrivaled, bold storytelling, Iger wrote tonight in an email to staffers. Having handed over the baton as CEO in February of 2020 to Chapek, a stunning move unto itself at the time, and then serving as executive chairman until the end of 2021. Iger will be CEO for a second time for the next 2 years. The company says his mission will also include identifying a successor, something Iger had difficulty doing while commanding the troops the last time, postponing multiple plans to step down during his 15 years in the top job, the final stage of a 47-year run over at Disney. The board has concluded that as Disney embarks on an increasingly complex period of industry transformation, Bob Iger is uniquely situated to lead the company through this pivotal period. Again, said board chair Susan Arnold in the official announcement. Just a couple of weeks after a rougher than expected quarterly earnings report by the company, once an overachiever buoyed by success in streaming, Disney's stock has recently sunk to a multi-year low after executives warned of weak revenue and profit gains in the year to come, and also hefty expenses for streaming. The company's shares have lost roughly 40% in 2022 to date, which sucks for me because I have quite a bit in Disney stock, but it'll come back, I hope. In the email to employees, Iger said, shared the news of his return with an incredible sense of gratitude and humility, and I must admit, a bit of amazement, providing no details on the rehire that came together very quickly over the past few days. The once and now again CEO added that Disney holds a special place in the hearts of people around the globe, thanks to you and your dedication to this company and its mission to bring joy to people through great storytelling is an inspiration to me every single day. The communique didn't acknowledge Chapek, with whom Iger reportedly had a rocky relationship since the transition of power. Given the considerable turbulence experienced by Disney since Iger left the corner office, and also given his well-earned reputation for being as smooth and diplomatic a leader as Chapek could be, an awkward and blithe one. Iger was repeatedly asked if he would consider an encore. He always steadfastly refused, recently citing his new phase as an investor and industry observer with a lot more time on his hands. At 71 years old, though, he is certainly not at what is considered automatic retirement age in a business sector where many CEOs are active into their 80s and beyond. Rupert Murdoch, coincidentally, one of Disney's largest shareholders, is 91 and is still chair of Fox Corp and executive chair of News Corp. blah, blah, blah. No one ever took Iger's denials all that seriously, considering that he was a top executive who had defied skeptics, including on the company's board when he took over the predecessor, Michael Eisner, and then gone on to preside over the acquisitions of Pixar, Marvel, and Lucasfilm. His crowning M&A deal was the $71.3 billion purchase of most of 21st Century Fox in 2019, a transaction whose potential value is still in the process of being unlocked. Chapek joined Disney in 1993 after a stint in the advertising business, going to the company's home entertainment and parks divisions before surprising most in the entire media and entertainment industry by getting the nod to become CEO. Kevin Mayer, who had steered strategic planning and then overseen the company's streaming efforts and the successful launch of Disney Plus, was seen as a more likely successor than Chapek. Mayer wasn't the only heir apparent to get passed over. Tom Staggs, who was a top exec and the designated CEO in waiting, was eventually cut loose by Iger before his coronation. As COVID swept across the world in 2020, Chapek managed to keep Disney from disaster despite the complete closure of theme parks, movie theaters, and live sports, gradually winning the guarded confidence of investors. He had a rougher sledding over his final year in the top job. The company was facing an increasingly expensive and difficult slog in streaming, though Disney Plus continued to be a growth engine. Chapek also presided over the explosive situation in Florida involving the company's efforts to head off the state's don't say gay legislation. The company's opposition to the bill led to retribution by Governor Ron DeSantis, who mocked the company as woke Disney, prompting waves of negative attention from conservative media. Internally, many employees were stung by what they viewed as a betrayal. Iger had tweeted his opposition to the bill before Chapek did, and he indicated in press interviews that he believed the company and its leadership could have spoken out against legislation more expeditiously. Workers held widespread walkouts to express their feelings about how Disney had handled the whole affair, and winning back their trust became an uphill battle for Chapek. We were reminded, though, through the passion of our cast's reaction, how important their sentiments on these issues were. Chapek recalled last month at a Wall Street Journal conference the lesson he learned about navigating through political matters: stick to your values, to your mouth, to your North Star, simplify the cacophony of voices out there, and do what you think is right. Another misstep, this is a big one, guys, which many in the industry believe would never have happened on his predecessor's watch, was publicly clashing with Scarlett Johansson over the release of Black Widow. The Marvel movie had gone out through the Premier Access window, a Chapek innovation during the pandemic that hasn't been used in more than a year, meaning it was available for an extra charge on Disney Plus. At the same time, it hit theaters. The actress sued over breach of contract, saying the method of release had cost her tens of millions in back-end payments. Disney hit back hard, calling Johansson's suit especially sad and distressing in its callous disregard for the horrific and prolonged global effects of the COVID-19 pandemic. That was a big mess. Even in the company's parks unit, which once she had ran, Chapek courted controversy with price hikes and a wave of complex interlocking new offerings like Lightning Lanes, Disney Genie, and Disney Magic Key. He also infamously blamed an unfavorable attendance mix for limiting parks profitably, riling some Magic Key holders who figured he was talking about them because they don't spend as much. All right. You can read the actual announcement at Deadline if you'd like to. I'm not going to do that now. But essentially, guys, wow. The big thing it all boils down to, my friends, is money, right? The quarterly earnings were down. My stocks are down. I'm not happy. I have not been happy with the way Chapek has been running things myself. That whole debacle with Scarlett Johansson. The one thing that Bob Iger always seemed to do was handle the talent well. He knew, where his chips laid. He knew where the money was coming from, what brought people back to the movies, and it was the talent. Let's be honest. And when Chapek did that whole. Now, granted, he was trying to come up with a way to circumvent potential losses due to the pandemic. But hey, they could have done what Tom Cruise insisted they do with Top Gun and wait. But no, he bulldozed forward. And the movie did lose lots of money, and that in the end, she had a contract which had her earning back end, payments, right, for the box office. But the box office was non-existent. Because of that, she lost millions of dollars. So she sued and she won. They actually settled and they gave her a big lump sum of money because, she lost out. But the way he handled it and the way he was trying to embarrass her in the media was not really a good thing. And also, I've been hearing from lots of friends and other pundits online how things are happening at the parks over at Disney. The wait times for the lines, you buy these fast passes to get through, and in some cases you get to the park and the fast pass lanes are all full. So even though you paid money to again, beat the herds of people, you can't get through because they're sold out. So you book your tickets, your flights, your hotel. You get to Disneyland, you want to go to, say, I don't know, the Star Wars park or whatever. You get there and it's all the main rides are sold out, or the Millennium Falcon experience is sold out. So you spend all this money to get there and you're not experiencing what it is you wish to experience. Well, a lot of debacles like that. And again, I believe that when Chapek came on board, I heard somewhere that Kevin Feige's actual powers as head of the MCU studios that was limited. So again, I don't know if perhaps this Disney woke idea or ideals were coming from the top. All I know, my friends, is that listen, we've all had jobs, right? We've all had jobs, and when you have a boss that, how can I say this, is inconsistent, not caring of their employees, untrusting of their employees, you're not going to get the best work out of your people, right? And I think the entire organization will suffer. So leadership is key. You have to have somebody at the helm who's good with people and knows how to run the show. And I don't think Chapek has the good graces and the temperament that a Bob Iger has. Keep in mind, Bob Iger, I mean, he for Disney himself, what he did, purchasing, Lucasfilm and 21st Century Fox and Pixar, and I'm missing one. Also Marvel Studios. That's right. Like he ushered in a huge era for Disney. Chapek, unfortunately, I don't think was the right guy for the job. And anyways, Iger's back, 71 years old. Hopefully, it will give Disney that boost that it needs. And who knows? Understand, the fourth wave of the MCU took place primarily under the watch of Bob Chapek. Could there be a correlation there? What do you think? Do you think Bob Chapek's position as CEO had anything to do with the tone or of the movies that we got over the last few years? And do you think that Bob Iger is now coming back will usher in a much needed, how can I say this? A much needed switch, kind of back to the old ways. What do you think? Let me know. We got a few guys in the chat section, not a whole bunch of you guys here, but I'd love to hear what you say. Let's see what Sam is saying. I see him over there. Sam says, hello. What's up, Doc? Sam, we are assuming he will be in charge of the media. Disney media is a smaller part of the pie than we think. The article seems to be talking about a wholesale change to the Disney empire. Wholesale change? I don't know. I think it's I think it's a what do you want to call it? I think it's more of an attitude change. There's been a lot. Again, Chapek has not been one whose temperament has been appreciated by the talent in the films, by the powers that be in the other, in each of the different studios. Chapek does not have experience in the film industry at all. Again, he came out of the parks division. So his understanding of how the media section works, how the film divisions work, are not there. They weren't there. Bob Iger, on the other hand, is well versed with that, and so I think he is better suited to head that up and hopefully switch things around. Guys, I don't know if I've been reading all kinds of, it's probably clickbait on Facebook about Marvel. Everyone's tired of Marvel, and Marvel's lost their touch, and this, that, and the other. I'm here seeing all kinds of negative press for Marvel. Again, clickbait for sure. is there any truth to that? Like, have we, like, I can tell you from a personal standpoint, and I'll ask you guys that are in the room right now, have you guys liked, maybe you have, and if you have, that's great. Have you guys liked or enjoyed the films we've been getting, the TV series we've been getting over the last 2 or 3 years? Have you? Because I'll be honest, I am, and I've used this word before, I've been underwhelmed with pretty much everything that I've seen from the MCU after Endgame. Everything, the television shows, the movies, and I've said this before. How about you? Sam's out there, Wayne's out there. Have you enjoyed them? Like, have you left the theaters excited about what you just saw? Because I have not. Now, is that Bob Chapek's fault? No, I don't think it's necessarily Bob Chapek's fault solely. But, you know, he's in charge. He's seeing what's being put out, you know? And don't tell me you're not reading the energy from the masses, right? The feedback you're getting. Remember, pre-Endgame, the movies were each grossing $1 billion a pop, and they were getting decent reviews, and people were really excited about it. The comics, in turn, were booming, right? The comic industry, the comic collecting industry, the comic hobby was booming. It still is, don't get me wrong, but it was at an all-time high. And now things seem to have changed. So I don't know. I don't know. I think that Bob Iger's energy will hopefully change things around. You guys are very quiet today, so I won't even ask again. But anyways, guys, there you go. Could this be the change that we've needed over at Marvel Studios to perhaps get the MCU back in track? I've always said I prefer quality over quantity. You know, maybe let's reduce the amount of TV, you know, or streaming shows we're getting. Give us 2 or 3 really good streaming shows rather than 10 substandard ones. You know, give us some really good movies rather than movies that are filled with woke messaging and political nonsense. Because nothing bothers me more than going to a movie and be batted over the head with obvious political motivations. We're going to appease this group in this movie. We're going to appease that group in this movie. Don't appease any group. Just tell a damn good story and stop batting us over the head with political motivations. That's all. Anyways, guys. That's it. So what did you think? What do you think of the new leadership over at, or the new old leadership over at Disney? Hey, I hope it helps my stocks out. I dropped a lot of money into Disney a couple of years back, and the money is now in half. All my investments are in half. But I mean, the market's down right now anyways. But I got a feeling things will always turn around, and I'm sure Disney will find their footing once again, especially with Chapek out of the way and Bob Iger back in the saddle again. Again, let us all know what you think in the comment section below, and we'll keep this conversation going in the comment section below. Good news, friends. 2 CGC boxes arrived today, and I did not know they were on the way. What does that mean, Kevin? What do you mean you didn't know they were on the way? Because these guys, I am pretty sure, are economy books from a long time ago that are not showing up on my CGC radar because the invoices are so far behind. So I got a feeling we have a couple of economy orders ready to unbox, probably on Wednesday of this week, guys. Okay, so keep your eyes and your ears open for that live stream. And again, if you haven't done so already, mark on your calendar this Saturday, we have a wicked claim sale, and I'm not joking. Head on over to my Instagram page, see some of the books that Marty is planning on bringing, and there's another. He told me he's prepped 200 raw silver and Bronze Age books. You are not going to want to miss these, and there are nice books, my friends. So get on over to my YouTube channel on Saturday, and hopefully I will have all those audio problems figured out as well that I encountered last Saturday. Wayne, I don't know. I didn't see. He may have some older, early Marvel, like the Tales to Astonish stuff, Tales of Suspense. I don't think he has like 1955 type books. He may have late 50s, early 60s. He might. I've asked him to send me some more pictures, so I will share those on my Instagram and on my Facebook once I find that out. Guys, I'm out of here again. If you haven't done so, hit that subscribe button. We're almost at the 2,000 subscriber mark. Finally, we're about 130 people away. When I get there, I'm going to give out some awesome prizes. So please hit the subscribe button, the like button, and all that jazz. I'm out of here. Have a good night, guys. And those of you that were watching live, thanks for watching. Take care. Bye for now.